The Rose was built in 1927. Its most famous resident was Miss Aretha Franklin.
We can't wait to show you what's inside.
I'm Sara Gore and welcome to Open House NYC, everyone. We've got a great show for you this week filled with surprises, soul, and a schooner. And I am bringing it all to you from this full floor penthouse in the heart of Gramercy. Check out these floor-to-ceiling windows with sweeping views of the Manhattan skyline and Gramercy Park, filling every corner with brilliant light, even on a cloudy day like today. There are approximately 11-foot ceilings overhead and Italian white oak flooring underfoot, giving the entertaining spaces an ethereal flow that feels polished and inviting. And the best part, up these stairs is your very own private rooftop terrace, perfect for summer soirees high above the city. With over 2,000 square feet, 3 bedrooms, including a regal primary suite, this home is a true gem in one of the city's best neighborhoods. We are starting things off in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn at this narrow townhouse that has been reimagined by architect David Bench. He preserved original details, added a striking architectural staircase, and brought in natural elements like white oak to create a home that feels open, cohesive, and full of character. Enjoy.
Hello. My name is David Bench. I'm principal of Bench Architecture. Welcome to my project in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. We're on a beautiful tree-lined block with a lot of really nice but narrow row houses. Looking at the exterior, you can see some of the things that we've changed. We peeled the paint off the facade. We brought in a lot more natural light by opening up the windows. We excavated the basement, made a much larger window, and brought a lot more light to the lowest level. And finally, we made a custom-designed white oak front door, a material which we use throughout the house. The first thing you notice about the house when you arrive is how narrow it is. So you can see, like in this front room, the living room and the stair are essentially the same space. But we also had to differentiate them in some way. The screen wall that separates the stair from the living room is really a major component of the living space itself. So although this house was fully renovated, we did keep as many original details as we could. This is an original fireplace, and then the brick walls we repointed and then we whitewashed them to keep a nice consistent look. Another thing to make the house feel larger was to let in as much light as possible anywhere we could. So here in the living room, we expanded the window and we framed it out with white oak sills. In a relatively tight space, we had to be very specific with our layouts, especially for furniture. So we have a coffee table that separates between the couch and the seating by the window. And we wanted the tactility of the upholstery on the furniture to match with the consistency of the warmth of the wood. Here we are in the kitchen, and just like in the living room, having a small space means you want to have everything as built in as possible to make it feel a lot larger than it is. All of the cabinetry is all of the same material, white oak, and it all feels like it has a place to be. So the countertops and the backsplash are of stone called basaltina. Yeah, we like this material so much, we used basaltina both in the kitchen and in the upstairs bathroom. This is another way that we brought a lot of harmony throughout the house, is to use the same material in different spaces. We added a cove light along the brick wall to make the wall feel like it's taller than it actually is. So in addition to making the kitchen feel very built-in, we also wanted to expand it out to the outdoors. So here we are on the outdoor deck that we consider to be an extension of the existing kitchen. There's nothing better than outdoor space in New York, and here we've made a series of different seating arrangements for people to enjoy. In a small house, you have to celebrate the circulation space, and that's what we did at this main stair. Want to see something cool? More storage. Now follow me upstairs. The top floor consists of the primary suite, which is made up of a bedroom, a sitting room, and a bathroom. Here in the bedroom, we didn't have space for a dressing room. So instead, we built out the wardrobe around the windows. We also developed window seating. In addition to the space around the windows, we also integrated storage below the bed. Another element which we continued through the rest of the house is the whitewashed brick walls. As with downstairs, it makes the space feel more expansive. So the office, we just kept simple. We just wanted to make it a cozy space with a great view of the backyard. As in the rest of the house, we were very specific about the materials in the bathroom. We had nice south-facing light, so we used white glazed tiles to bounce that light all throughout the room. This project is about making the most out of a small space. We did that through continuity of materials, letting in light where we could, and then celebrating circulation through a beautiful staircase that we brought through the center of the house. We hope you enjoyed the project. See you next time.
Well, you are going to RESPECT all the work that this couple put into the former home of Aretha Franklin. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Now, restoring a historical property is no easy task, especially when it's the Rose Estate, the former Detroit home of Aretha Franklin. See how new owners Trevor and Brandon turned this into a passion project, honoring Aretha's legacy while reviving its original grandeur. Enjoy.
I'm Trevor Thomas.
And I'm Brandon Lynham. Welcome to our home.
The Rose Estate on the Detroit Golf Club. The Rose was built in 1927 by architect John Case for Harry Burnett Sr. But his most famous resident was Miss Aretha Franklin, who owned the home from 1993 until her passing. And when we first visited the home, it needed a lot of love.
Yes, and after extensive restoration, we can't wait to show you what's inside.
What we love so much every time we come home is really enjoying the Great Hall and its 28-foot soaring ceilings.
This room features limestone encased windows that are 3 stories tall, and also a chandelier picked up by one of the former residents, Miss Franklin.
Another part and feature that we love about the home is the knights hand-carved into the fireplace. This room is almost entirely original. From here, you're really in the center of the house, and I think the architect enjoyed the idea that you could go directly to the terrace through the loggia. One of the first things we did right here in the backyard was restore the original limestone terrace. It's almost 100 foot long, and it's provided extraordinary views of the 7th hole right here on the Detroit Golf Club.
Another part of this project was restoring the loggia to its original intent to have it open to the backyard and to the golf course. And from the rear of the house, you can appreciate the Tudor architecture, the slate roof, and the copper gutters, which are all original to the house.
Here in the dining room, we chose to do our own touch by adding a 1920s mural of Belle Isle, Michigan. These are the original windows, steel casement, and install the Italian and Spanish marble to be able to ensure that it's in keeping with the time period. We love hosting and we love antique china too, so here you can see the Palace Collection by Picard, and we believe it's in keeping with the spirit of the home.
And the chandelier is a nod to the English style that was originally featured in the house.
One of the things you spot right away in the drawing room is it's surrounded in the original crown moldings with rosettes, but they also put them in the moldings of the fireplace.
Another hidden detail of this room is that the original family crest is hidden in the fireplace. In this room, we also have several pieces of artwork. Notably, we have a portrait by Linda Solomon of Aretha dressed as the Queen, as she preferred to be known.
Other art in this space includes Miss Franklin at Cobo Hall with Dr. King, and Miss Franklin performed at the inauguration of Barack Obama, and we're thrilled to be able to have him represented in the space as well.
Welcome to the primary suite. One of the key features of this room is the Juliet window that looks out onto the Great Hall.
This nook really serves as an amazing space to read, to overlook the golf course. It's a place that's special to us, and we can really just enjoy some quiet time.
This room was the location of Miss Franklin's famous rose red tub. We painted the walls red in homage to that, and now we're going to take a step into the bathroom where the tub has been relocated.
The clawfoot rose red bath and the restoration of it, you know, Brandon really deserves a lot of the credit because he was able to work with Kohler to be able to color match the exact specifications of the 1995 order. So what you're looking at is as it was originally intended and designed. We love preserving Detroit history, and you can do it too if you're naive enough.
Thanks for coming on this journey with us in our home in Detroit.
If you love that, you just wait and see what we've got up our sleeves. Coming up next, loft living in Paris. Does it get any better? We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Uchronia is kind of a what if, a world where history took a different path. It's also the name of the in-demand design and architecture collective founded by Julian Saban. He invites us into his vibrant loft in Paris's Montmartre neighborhood, where he's transformed a former industrial space into a striking mix of color, texture, and light. I know you're going to enjoy this. Take a look.
Hello, I'm Julien, the founder of Uchronia, an architectural practice. Welcome to Paris and to my home in Montmartre. When you enter my home, you enter into this beautiful garden. In our garden, we have two types of chairs. The first one is a red wrought iron that have a wavy shape, as well as the yellow hand that is made in fiberglass. So for us, it was cool to have a splash of color to welcome all of our guests. Our apartment is quite different from other Haussmannian apartments because it sits in an industrial building, so we don't have walls. The entrance is the only corridor that we have in the apartment. One of the key elements of the entrance is this peanut mirror. This mirror is made in Paris with gold leaf. We have this peanut bench that is again the same shape of the mirror. It's a mix of traditional fish from Valoris, made and incorporated into a very contemporary piece that we designed. Follow me inside the rest of the apartment. The main living space includes the kitchen, which is open, the living room behind, and the dining room. We really like to use colors to showcase happiness and this idea of joyful hospitality. The kitchen is all brown. All of the doors are made in this resin with sparkles. Behind, you have kind of a showcase of my favorite ceramics. They sit within a kind of niche that is made in collaboration with some friends, and we designed together all of the tiles. The kitchen island is made in stainless steel. I really wanted to have a very functional but also welcoming and kind of industrial kitchen. One element also that was really important in the apartments are the wooden columns. So I decided to cover them with silver leaf. And for me, using reflective and shiny materials always brings some kind of joy and fun into the architecture. So here we're in the dining room, which is really at the heart of the apartment. The dining table has been designed by us, and we use this Van Gogh onyx that has amazing green and orange color. On top of this table, you have one of our lamps. It's kind of a big flower bouquet in blue. And all of the chairs around the table are original Frank Lloyd Wright chairs that has been reupholstered with our fabric. It's all made in silk. And finally, my favorite piece is this amazing daybed. You can sit very comfortably, you can gather more people, and it creates kind of this very welcoming vibe around the table. One of the key elements of the living room is this sofa that I really like. It's very large and welcoming. You have a cookie table, which is one of our signature tables that have an ombre from orange to purple. So orange is our signature color at Uchronia, and that's a color that always makes me happy. What I really like about the wall behind me is that you have a wavy cut and a mirror mosaic. It reflects the light really nicely. And finally behind me, you have two bronze lamps. I really like the contrast of very old and new. And as we have windows kind of everywhere, the living room has this really fun, transparent, plasticky curtain with pink and blue that really allows the light to come in. What I really enjoy in this room is to be surrounded by orange and nature. So one key element are the stars made in gold leaf, and you have a big shooting star that is made in bronze that is really bringing a very soft light at night. And we created our own indoor gardens by using a lot of very colorful elements that look like a paper garden. The curtains are really important in this room because they allow privacy when we have guests staying. It's a series of fabrics that have been patched together to create this kind of very fun Japanese-ish arch that signal that there is another room behind this. Schooner is my architectural practice. It focuses on color, texture, and bringing joy into the home. Our space, which is called Schooner World, holds all of those architectural elements. Merci beaucoup for coming. We hope to see you for our next project.
Coming up, we are in Amsterdam to explore this majestic tall ship. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Sail Amsterdam happens once every 5 years when the world's greatest tall ships come together, and it is a party. One of the ships we visited was the Dutch tall ship Oosterschelde. I'm pretty sure I just butchered that, so I apologize. This three-masted schooner has circled the globe and visited over 50 countries. And guess what? Next year, she's headed to New York for Sail Forth 250, celebrating America's 250th anniversary. This is going to be a maritime spectacle like no other, with all the world's most iconic ships sailing into New York Harbor, past Lady Liberty and up the Hudson. What a birthday. Let's head aboard.
My name is Captain Bos, captain of the Oosterschelde. Welcome to Amsterdam. The Oosterschelde is built in 1917 in the Netherlands. The ship is originally built as a sailing cargo ship 35 years ago. The ship is fully restored into its original glory. The ship is 50 meters long and our masts are 34 meters high. Come on board and I will show you around. Let's go. Welcome on board. The ship is named after an estuary where the river Schelde goes into the North Sea. The Oosterschelde. The first thing you notice when you step on board is a lot of ropes. All our sails are big and heavy. It takes about 6 persons to hoist a sail. Everywhere on the ship you will see these blocks. You cannot just buy them in a shop somewhere. They're all custom made for this ship. We have a crew of 7, a captain, a first mate, 4 deckhands and a cook. On longer voyages we take 24 guests with us. You're not just a guest on board, you're part of the crew. You are really involved in sailing the ship. Sailing with these kind of ships on the open ocean is a great feeling. Being pushed forward by the wind, no sound of engines. Especially here on the bow, it's a great spot to also go into the jib boom net. And if you're very lucky, you might even see some dolphins swimming in front of the ship. It's a thrill for me as a captain to see people experiencing their first trip on board ships like this. All the woodwork you see here is in the style of 1917 and this style continues down below. Welcome to the salon. The salon is our main living area. In this area we can have our meals all together, or during the voyages we can sit here and have a good time. The interior is designed with the dark colored wood, the green leather sofas, brass railings. In this corner here we have a bar, we have a big dining table, we have our library. Behind the bar here there's the galley. And we have a professional cook cooking all the meals for everybody on board. When you're at sea, there's always one good moment, and that is when you hear the bell. And that's how you know that it is time to eat. This wooden pole here in the middle, this is one of our 3 masts. The masts, they are not just standing on the deck, but the masts, they go through the deck, through the floor, and they're standing on the keel of the ship. This is a very special picture, because this is the first time the ship sailing after the restoration in 1992. It's important to maintain and restore these sailing ships, because they connect us with our past. And the best way to maintain sailing ships is to use them and to sail with them. Here's an example of one of our guest cabins. It's small, it's simple, but very comfortable. There's 2 full-size bunk beds, very cozy. Follow me to the bridge where we navigate and steer the ship. This steering wheel is still in use. The front is over there. So usually when we steer the ship, we are standing to the side and we hold on to the wheel like this. I can see my sails, I can feel the wind, I can look forward. That's the way to do it. This is the magnetic compass. It's still mandatory for every ship to have a magnetic compass, but this compass is still in use. This is the engine controls. Like this, I put the engine in forward. Like this, it's in neutral and in reverse. Now let me show you the wheelhouse. In the wheelhouse, we have nowadays all the modern navigation equipment. But in the old days, this used to be the toilet. We have an electronic chart, but we also still use the paper chart. Paper charts are reliable, they don't need power, they just work. That was the tour of the Oosterschelde, one of the most beautiful sailing ships in the world. I hope to see you one day on board, and otherwise I'll see you in New York.
Give this video a thumbs up and let us know which of these gorgeous homes featured in this episode was your favorite. So many to choose from. Which will you pick?